So, as I said at the beginning, why we are doing the Tuesday night edition is we have a big vice presidential debate tomorrow between Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, whose father, as many of you know, is Jamaican. As I've said before, not just Jamaican, but from my special part of Jamaica, right near the center and Bush, same way, same area. So as tomorrow, Kamala Harris has many years as a prosecutor. So what that implies, she knows how to slice up and dice up an argument. Versus Mike Pence. I've listened to Pence a little bit, and I'd say he's a relaxed, calm, cool, and collected liar. Right? So,
wow. Okay.
We are, for any of us who have ever had experiences arguing with a black woman, and your facts aren't on your side, it's going to be a long night for you. So that's what I think is going to happen. So what do you say, ladies, as the resident black women on here? Does Mike Pence stand a chance of stepping in the arena with a black woman? Or however you want to answer the question.
Well, as you know, as a former non-voter, I'm not up on him. But based on what you just said, I feel like he might be able to hold his own, but I've actually been following her and she gets it. She knows that she is fighting against the fact that she's a black woman, she's black and she's a woman. So she's gonna come with it. And I can already tell she has a no nonsense attitude. And I respect that about her. And if I'm not mistaken, she's an AKA as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure is.
So, I mean, I'm actually excited to see tomorrow and to actually see a decent debate.
I hope it's not a shit show.
No, I don't think it will be.
We already did that. We already did the shit show. So, it won't be that. I mean, because actually, Trump isn't on that stage.
Earlier this evening, I was looking at CNN, and I'm trying to remember which show it was that I was watching. But basically, they were saying that it should be an interesting debate because Kamala Harris is actually somebody who, like we've said before, she knows about, the politics and, prosecution and all of those things. And Mike Pence usually is a yes person to the president. I mean, it perhaps sounds a little bit odd because he's been in politics too for such a long time. But it's going to be an interesting debate. I know that she's going to bring it because, the people want to see change. Well, most of the people want to see change. A majority of the black people are rooting for her. So hopefully she comes with some good solid arguments and some perspectives on how we can better the country. And we need some positive input now because at this point it is so divided and it is so disheveled that it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, that's I would say most people feel like that, right? It's exhausting just living here. Just on a day by day basis. I heard somebody say on the news, some analyst on TV saying the mark of a good government is when you don't really have to think about this. I mean, you get up and things just work. Things just go on as they're supposed to. But every day is just drama. So Tex, what you say?
It should be very interesting, but if you really think about it, Pence isn't in Kamala's league as far as articulation, debating, and it's just going to be basically he's going to get demolished. And one thing I think about is he's the head of the coronavirus task force. I hope she has some hard-nosed questions about that. Okay, so we know she's not going to skip over anything. We know she's going to bring it to him. The other thing is, Kamala's behalf with this shit show that is going on in the White House right now. I hope that she's prepared, and I hope they have a glass barrier or whatever they need to do or have to have to make sure she doesn't catch this virus or anything like that. So I hope her side has some a plan in place to keep her away from him and whoever is preparing for him. Is my main thing. But I mean, it's definitely going to be better than what we saw, a couple of weeks ago. I mean, that was just an embarrassment. I think this will be a lot more, I'd say more class. But as far as one-on-one debate, I'm sorry for him. I feel bad for him.
yeah. Like where Kamala, she's been a senator now, I think 4 years. And so where you've seen her like excel is in those hearings, right? When they have, like a new Supreme Court justice or whoever, where they question them. And then you can just, for the way she goes through her arguments, and, and you can tell when she knows somebody's BS and she just has that black woman look like, like all of that. So she's excellent in that. I hope we're not hyping her up too much. But again, this is somebody who, if you've spent your life as a prosecutor, you're used to that setting of your argument against somebody's argument, and for somebody like Pence, when the facts aren't on your side, right? So like with Trump's, the way he approached it, because the facts weren't on his side, was just to be an asshole and just yell and scream and interrupt. Mike Pence isn't going to do that. And when the facts aren't on your side, as Dwayne rightly pointed out, as the head of the coronavirus task force, 210,000 people dead, 7 million cases. You don't want to have that conversation with somebody who knows what they're talking about. So it's going to be sticky. Right, especially.
Well, in my opinion, the trick is not to come across as an angry black woman, because I think that's what they're expecting her to
unfortunately, that's a good point.
They're expecting her to show that she can't control her impulses, her anger. That is what they're expecting. But they don't know that she's really not that kind of person. She had to act like that when she needed to, but I went back to look at some of the debates she had when she was trying to get nominated. And she shows that she can be very calm and focused on the point. So in terms of being able to come across clear, concise, and very down to earth, I think she has those skills, and she showed them before. So I'm expecting nothing but the best tomorrow.
Yeah,
that is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think she's definitely going to be prepared for that. I mean, that's a view that I'm sure, every supporter of the Democratic Party right now, has a concern about. So I'm sure she's going to be extra prepared for that, and that, that mean streak will come out. But I mean, we're talking about this debate. The debate I want to see is Kamala and Trump. Wouldn't that be something?
No.
He cannot handle that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's nothing he hates more than being challenged by
a woman,
a strong woman, and particularly a black woman. Ooh. I'd pay cash money to see that debate.
He's used to intimidating people, especially women, into getting whatever they want. And it will be difficult for him to actually respond to her, because he wouldn't know what to do with a woman talking to him.
You know what Special said about the angry black woman thing? It's a really important point, because not because of her being angry, but it's the way that people perceive things, right? So a white man can get up in a room and yell and scream all day long. It's viewed as passion, right? And people love that. It's passion. If a black woman does, she's an angry, out of control black woman. Just like, they had the documentary on CNN about Michelle Obama. And if you remember, right now, Michelle Obama's kind of loved by most people. But if you think back to like 2007 when Barack was running, how she was portrayed
Yes.
as just this angry, mean woman. And so they're talking to one of their political advisors who said that, just it was new to her, the way that she was being portrayed. And he said that they sat in a room together and he had her like watch some of her speeches on mute, right? And so, she's passionate, right? But the way it was coming across that she's angry and she's mad. And so unfortunately, it's a double standard, but it's the world we live in, where you kind of have to, kind of hold some of that back, hold back some of that passion because people are afraid of the, and same thing for a black man, but more so for a black woman. Like Barack had to be the calmest person ever, because you're the angry black man, angry black woman.
Since preschool, we've been taught that our leaders should be at a particular standard, should set the precedent, should set example for the persons who they're leading. And it is my hope that tomorrow in the debate, I'll be able to see that these people are trying to actually act responsibly enough to lead a country. Because last week really was unimpressive.
Shit show.
To say the least.
To say the least, right? Yeah. So I know that with her poise, with her experience, the expectation is that she will, she will bring some kind of class, and I'm hoping too for the debate tomorrow, not only to see them being leaders, but I want to hear something. I would like to hear what are they bringing to the table? How are they going to make the place better? What are their intentions? What policies are they going to, put in place? Yep. And how will these policies help the people? Because at the end of the day, we're not just in this for entertainment. Yes, it is entertaining and hoo-hoo-ha-ha, we can laugh all we want. And, but it's people's lives that we're talking about.
Yep. That's the real deal. And I think that's what the country was robbed of last week. Biden was really trying to do that. And for the most part, he did. But what got all the attention was Trump just being an ass, right? So you're right. What matters is the people and the policies and how it affects the real people, not the entertainment value, not who won the debate. It translates to the lives of real people. So, looking forward to it. It should be, I'm sure that we will learn more tomorrow than we learned last Tuesday night in that madness. So tomorrow night, that's...
I go on Kamala drop couple photo and I talk.
That'd be hilarious.
Of course you know photo. You can't have a daddy with some I don't know photo.
Of course.
I think she can understand it. I don't want her to talk it.
But I don't know.
Yes.
The want to fit you, and that's with you, that's why we can't go on. Some of them think they know here.
The camera, boy, we can't manage.
I want to boy really I thought about doing.
I want to boy, man.
Yeah, man, no. I want to look for Pence and say, nobody beat me up, my youth. Nobody with it. Because you don't know me the fan. Don't beat me up. Yeah, man.
All right. So wait, don't bet your money on that. But if it happens,